Okay, I guess we are live right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we are live. Hi, guys, and welcome to this edition of the Contrast Podcast. Before we proceed, before anything, I want us to start by apologizing because we take this really seriously and we take keeping the schedule, keeping our promise very seriously.
Yeah.
So on Monday, we couldn't start early. Then when we started, there was the whole light issue, rain falling, and when rain falls over here, like life follows. So there was all that, and the
Mm.
video which we started putting out, I had to take it down because right it wasn't okay.
Yeah.
So today, in order for us to cover up, we are going to be going for 2 hours. Now this is a
I
record
hope.
because
Wait. I hope I keep up. Though I made
seriously,
that claim. Though I made the claim, I was like, "Oh shit, were you
yeah.
drinking when you made it?" But okay, let's just see if you keep up. Yeah.
Really, you're the one who suggested it. And when you did, I'm
That's
like,
what I'm
okay, let me
saying.
let me just say it. Let me
Yeah.
say it. Like if he's ready for it, let me also step up to the challenge.
No, when I said it, I was like, when I said it after saying it, I was like, "Wait, Libby, were you drinking when you said that? Are you sure you stay up for 2 hours, like talk for 2 hours? Are you sure you're going to get content to
Seriously.
talk for 2 hours?" I'm just like, okay, let's just see how it goes.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. So,
Yeah.
as usual, I'm Eta from Chakara TV. We have Daniel Samba already here. Hi,
Yo,
you're
yo, yo,
welcome.
yo, yo, yo. I think I should get my sound effects
Yeah,
ready. Yo,
get your
yo,
sound
Daniel, yo, yo,
effects
what's up? What's
ready.
happening?
Yeah, you're welcome. So we're just beginning. So
Yeah.
today, before I dive into the topic, Delibi, do you want to say
Mm.
anything?
Yep, it's about Delivery from Molitown platform. Last time I said Delivery on Molitown platform as if we were on Molitown. We were on Chakara TV. So this time we are still on Chakara
Right.
TV. I don't know why Eta is saying I'm Eta from Chakara TV. When she's supposed to say
Like
I'm
we're
Eta
saying
on
reverse.
Chakara TV. No, I'm Eta on Chakara TV. We are
Yeah.
at home. You're
Mm-hmm.
home. It's home and away.
True.
Ale. We are Ale.
True.
So we are waiting for the two tomorrow.
Right.
So yeah. So it's your boy Delivery on Molitown from Seattle Start Talk on. Your boy Delivery from Molitown platform, and today we wanted to do a topic yesterday, and electricity fucked it up. Like it
Mm-hmm.
make oh shit. And yesterday, the energy
Mm-hmm.
of yesterday was kind of gearing up to be something amazing. We talked about shit. Like I
Yeah.
was going through some kind of shit yesterday, and we talked about it. Was it yesterday?
Monday.
Okay, yeah, it was Monday. So we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about it on Monday, and I was going through some shit, and yeah, we resolved it, and yeah, I use the power I have. When I talk about power, I'm talking about the links I have, like the
Mm-hmm.
relationships I had to, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to solve that problem. I even get more than what I was supposed to get. So yeah, I'm good
Okay.
today. Yeah, I'm fine.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that's your life update. From me, on my end, it has been good. Like there was this period of my life when it was really challenging, but everything has been good. Like
Hmm.
I'm hoping it stays that way. But you know how life is. Like it never really stays
Yeah,
anyways, ups
life
and
goes up
downs
and
and
down. Yeah.
all that. Yeah, yeah. So, but although it has been good on my end personally, but we all know like the situation, what has been happening worldwide, and that's what we started talking about on Monday, but we couldn't
Hmm.
really dive into it. So that's why I was like, today we have to still do the very topic because I feel it's something we need to touch on. It's something which is affecting us
Hmm.
everywhere, every part of the world. It's something which, when all of us saw it, we were all shocked and we were all like, we all became emotional about it. But
Hmm.
before we dive into it, I remember last time we started by talking about the role of celebrities. So, is there anything you mentioned last time which you would like to point out here, like who is a celebrity and what are some of the activities which celebrities need to carry out?
Okay, who is a celebrity? A celebrity is somebody who has following. Like
Mm-hmm.
from what I said last time, if you're somebody
Mm.
who has the reach, like you can reach, celebrity depend on an individual. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
determine who is a celebrity to you. For example,
Yeah.
I used an example about in your street or in your town or in your city, you can have
Mm-hmm.
somebody who has the voice, who can reach just 100 people. That person is
Yeah.
seen in that street as a celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
and celebrity. And the next one is a celebrity is somebody who can say something that will influence people to take action. Like anything you say,
Yeah.
people regard it, like they value it, like they value your
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Like even you
Mm-hmm.
right now, you're growing up, like your platform is growing up, you're becoming a celebrity. You are a celebrity in the eyes of so many people right now. You
Yeah.
are a
Mm-hmm.
celebrity. So a celebrity is somebody who has a platform that can reach people and whose words put people in action, like make people consider it. Like, okay, what he's saying, he may be in that position. It means what he's saying, he knows what he's saying, and
Mm-hmm.
it may take effect. So that's a celebrity. It starts from 100 people following you to a million, 2 million, 10 million, 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. There are some guys who consider guys with 100 million or 100,000 or 100 followers no
Yeah.
celebrities. Like there are some who
Mm-hmm.
consider you, like, even if you have 1 million, but as long as you don't exert that, as long as your words don't have that impact, you're not a celebrity. But to me
Mm-hmm.
personally, if you have the ability to reach more than 1,000 people, you are a celebrity
You're a
to me.
celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I remember last time we were trying to find the relationship between a celebrity and an influencer, because we also said
Yeah.
there are some celebrities who are not influencers,
Mm,
and influencers are people who can actually inspire people to take action, to take
mm,
social action. But celebrity, you might be known by so many people, you might be famous, but if you cannot influence people to go in certain direction, then you are
mm.
not an influencer.
Nah, what you just said, the celebrity and influencer, there is a difference there. Like influencers are guys who influence culture, like influence life.
Mm-hmm.
They influence the way people dress, the way people eat, the way people live life. But
Mm-hmm.
influencers can't influence change in like a political manner or
Mm-hmm.
in a social kind of way, like make this kind of economic change.
Mm-hmm.
Influencers can do that. They can just influence life, the way people dress, the way they can influence living standards. That's why YouTubers or vloggers, they consider them influencers, because they influence people, like the way people live. They influence them too. They influence their choices in life, their life choices, the way they eat, the way they. But
Mm-hmm.
celebrities, because you can reach them, doesn't necessarily mean you can influence their way of living. You can reach
Mm-hmm.
them. A celebrity can reach them, but
Mm-hmm.
there are some things that when you say, they just know you because you are an actor, like you sing music. If you say something away from music, like, okay, the way you need to dress, the way you need to eat, they'll just say, Master, you get good voice, we follow you for your music. I don't see any reason that thing where they talks on their own. But an influencer, they know them as people. An influencer is somebody that people admire their lifestyle and they want to be them. That's an influencer. So some
Mm-hmm.
celebrities are influencers, like I use Will Smith as an example the last time. Some
Mm-hmm.
celebrities are influencers, while some are just famous for their art, like their crafts and their art
Mm-hmm.
and shit. Yeah,
Yeah, so you mentioned that influencers are not able to bring about some change.
yeah.
Is that what you said? Yeah. So now you see all this movement of
Not all,
hashtag.
some are not.
Okay,
Mm,
some are not.
mm.
Yeah. So what my question is, you see, yesterday was is it Blackout Tuesday, right? So this
Your
I'm
voice,
hearing you or
yeah,
something. Yeah. What I was trying to say is yesterday was Blackout Tuesday,
yeah,
and during this on this day, a lot of people is putting black and hashtag Blackout Tuesday,
yeah,
and hoping that this is going to lead to some change, right? So
yeah,
this was done. Everybody was encouraged to get on board with this, hoping that it's going to lead to some change.
yeah.
Now, do you think, in your opinion, do you actually think this is going to lead to change, or is just going to be a social media trend which is going to die down with time?
It may lead to change because the people who influence this kind of changes, they
Mm,
own businesses and everything revolves around money. So when
yeah.
people who see, like, if they don't do this, they may chase away the majority of guys who influence, like, for example, shops. That's why there are things going on like looting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why guys are
Mm,
looting right now, looting shops like Gucci stores, supermarkets, and all the rest.
mm,
The reason they will stop, the reason change may happen, is because they are scared to lose business. They are scared to to cripple the economy. Because if they
mm-hmm.
don't, some of these actions being taken, like some of these strikes, some of these blackouts, the blackout means they don't buy shit from nowhere. They don't spend no
Mm,
money. Like every black man don't spend no money, don't buy from any store owned by a
mm-hmm.
white man. So if they don't do
Mm-hmm.
that, those guys will realize the influence or the power those guys, their currency, their money have in the
Mm,
growth or for the profit of their businesses. So those guys, the politicians who are in sync with those guys, they may influence the politicians to take those kind of actions. Or some of these politicians own these kind of businesses. So sometimes
Mm.
when these kind of things happen, those things happen. But if it's just that you like this guy, like be a decent human being and stop that. Some of these guys are shit. They don't
Mm.
they don't care if you die or what happened to you, but if you
Yeah.
affect them financially, sometimes because they love money, they hate you. But
Yeah.
if you affect their money, they will have no choice but to do something about you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's why some of all these strike actions, these blackouts, this looting, all these things, they have effects. But I don't, I'm not really a fan of that looting. But if it gets
Yeah.
the job done, then yeah.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's adding something negative to a movement which we felt like was positive, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now it's making people who were in support of it, you're like conflicted. Am I? Is
Mm-hmm.
this really what I'm in support of? Or yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I like what you said. Like it's a whole chain reaction kind of things. It starts with the social action which people are trying to take online. Then
Mm-hmm.
this business is feeling like if I don't jump in and say something, like it might drive away my customers.
Mm-hmm.
Although sometimes when I see like businesses reacting, like I know YouTube has made a statement, Instagram, I don't know, I'm not very frequent on Facebook, so I don't know if like an official statement has been made on Facebook,
Yeah,
but
Facebook made
I'm
it.
like,
Facebook is
okay,
even one of the first. Facebook and Twitter, the first guys who even made
okay,
it. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So when I saw them making those statements, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is definitely a business knowing that we have a lot of following which is black, we have a lot of following which is involved, emotionally involved in this, and if we don't
Mm-hmm.
stand with them, we might
Mm-hmm.
lose that following. Yeah, but either way, it's like it might it goes against the intention. It might be their intentions are just to keep their clients and not really care about the movement. But then again, like you
Yeah,
said,
some
if you get the
businesses that's it. Yeah, to most
yeah.
of these big firms, like
Mm-hmm.
bigger businesses, that's the whole goal. You don't want to piss off the majority because the population now you're going against it. You're going with the crowd.
Yes.
You can't stand against the crowd. You are going with the
Mm-hmm.
crowd because the crowd is the market, the crowd is the money, the population is the
Mm-hmm.
business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so like we're saying, right? If it
Mm-hmm.
gets the job done, we are good to go. Hopefully, the change happens. But I'm really keeping fingers crossed because I know like things have happened in the past, and there's been all this hype online, and
Yeah.
people making noise, and then later on the hype goes down, and then it happens again. Like I remember
Yeah.
I was watching this Prince EA spoken word artist, and he released a video. In the beginning of the video, he was saying, "I made this very kind of video in 2014.
Yeah.
Several years
When
later, I'm
I
still
think
making the
when this
very
guy
kind of
Rodney
video."
King was killed, is it Rodney King? The
Yeah,
other
I
guy,
think
yeah,
so.
when he was shot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this thing keeps happening. That's how it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it keeps on happening. So that's why I'm like, with this one, when people are going to the street, and I feel like a lot more people are coming out to demand a change. Hopefully, it doesn't just die down with time,
Mm-hmm.
and some action is being taken. Now, I want us to look at celebrities reacting to social injustice, which
Mm-hmm.
is our topic for today. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think our what we have been talking about is just like introduction to it,
Mm-hmm.
because we know some celebrities have come out and have spoken about things happening in the United States, and
Yeah.
then they are being called out for it because things happen back home. And
Yeah.
one might even say the things which happen back home, sometimes if you want to compare, you feel like it's one it's greater and ours might be worse. So
Mm-hmm.
they are calling out the celebrities for not talking about these things, but now they are seeing like this is an opportunity for me to get some fame, or just standing with the
Yeah.
United States, because I feel like that's the trending thing to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now my question to you is, do you think this celebrity, you're from Nigeria, you're from Cameroon or Ghana, do you think this
But I
celebrity should
don't cut.
speak out?
But I don't cut you and say you're from Nigeria. I want to say, what the fuck? Now, waiting. Mama
Yeah.
mia.
I'm I'm not saying you're from Nigeria. Yeah, so
No,
I'm
I
saying,
get it. I get it.
Yeah, Nigerian celebrities or Ghanaian celebrities. Do you think they should speak up, or Cameroonian celebrities? Do you think they should speak up about this, or they should just let Americans handle their whatever they are handling, and we watch and hope for a change?
I have like a 360 view on this shit. I always have a 360
Mm-hmm.
view on everything. Okay. On this thing, the first thing is, these celebrities know if they don't speak about it, one, it's an opportunity to be heard, like to see that okay, you're moving with the crowd, you have a positive mind state, you're a decent human being. That's one of the
Mm,
reasons most of them sometimes talk about it. Though
mm,
sometimes they don't give a fuck about it, they don't care,
mm.
but they have to say it either a PR stunt or they need to say it because the crowd is saying it and they want to gain the support of the majority, you know. The next one is yeah, I've talked about the crowd. The next one is some of them may just be pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Like they may just have like the video. If you watch the video actually and you don't get pissed off, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Because
Mm-hmm.
ever since the thing started, I was avoiding Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. But I stumbled upon it by mistake. That's the thing, was everywhere. I was just avoiding. I never wanted to watch that video
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
know if I watch it, it will just destroy my day and my mood.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the reasons why when this shit was happening, because I've been going through the same, those my things that I've been going through for
Yeah. Yeah.
over a
Yeah.
year, like I told you, and I've been ignoring it because I just tried to put all those things at the back end of my mind. But when I saw that
Mm-hmm.
video, the thing just upset my whole mood. That's why I decided now to call that man and say, hey, this thing has been going on, man. I don't like it and I need to solve it. And
Yeah.
yeah. So some of these guys may genuinely be upset. Some just use it as, they just use it because they want to see that, like they want to be seen as some, as decent human beings who have consciences, who have
Mm.
who who go for what is right and not what is wrong. The next thing
Yeah.
is some of them may be doing it because they want their brand, they want to make their brand or make their name to go for something that the crowd is going with, like something that is right. You
Mm.
know, some of them may not care, they don't give a fuck about it, like I just said, but they just want their brand to be associated with something good, so that
Mm-hmm.
when all is said and done, they'll say, okay, that guy stood with this movement,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let's fuck with him, we mess with him. Like, and the next one, the third one may be now going to the part where Cameroon artists are talking about it. Yeah,
Mm.
we are aware that this thing is happening in Cameroon. Like this thing is happening in Cameroon. Like these things are happening. Cameroon artists have been talking
Mm-hmm.
about it, but nobody have to take it into consideration. Like nobody
Yeah.
takes it into consideration. Songs have been done. Fish have done a song. Mr. Liu have done a song. Daphne, Edilo Dre, Salatiel, almost everybody. The first person who even did a song about it was Dynasty Le Tigre. Way back when it
Okay.
started, I think 2017 or 18, he did a
Mm-hmm.
song about it. That was the first person that I
Mm-hmm.
knew that did a song about this whole crisis thing.
Yeah.
So artists in Cameroon have been talking about it, and nobody, everybody, they don't want to hear you talk about politics because mostly the majority of consumers are francophones, and most of them, because they are not personally affected by it, they don't
Mm-hmm.
care about that kind of music. You know, though you're trying to give them a message, you're trying to make them aware that this thing, you're good here, there's something happening on the other side of Cameroon. Some of them don't,
Mm-hmm.
they they just listen to it and yeah, they brush it, pass it,
Yeah.
you know. So when they are talking about this one in the USA, they are trying, they have not like they have no reason to talk about it, but talking about it right now is trying to solidify that whole idea that it's time for something that is right. And maybe they
Mm-hmm.
watch the video and they are upset. They are not just talking
Mm.
about it because they feel like it will make their opinion, these celebrities in Cameroon, their opinion will help or it will count. They just
Yeah.
want to be on the right side.
Mm.
Yeah, they are not talking about it because they believe that what they are saying will create an impact. If not, it would have made an impact in Cameroon a long time ago, because they have
Mm-hmm.
been doing songs about it and nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are just talking about it now because it's the USA one, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
trending topic too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because i I bet you not, if one of these celebrities saw this video when the thing was not viral, like if they just came across it on their timeline and this
Mm-hmm.
story was not a trending topic, none of them would have said shit about it. That's a
Okay.
fact. That
Mm-hmm.
one is a fact. So they are saying things about it now because everybody is rallying behind this particular case. There have been cases after
Mm-hmm.
the Ronnie King. There have been cases after Ronnie King. So this one,
Mm-hmm.
everybody is talking about this one because it's viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
true.
yeah. So these
Yeah.
celebrities are just talking about it right now because they want to move with the crowd. They want the crowd to know that
Mm-hmm.
they are with them to solidify their brand, like their brands, to make their brands feel righteous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I just want to go through the list of celebrities who actually posted the Black Lives Matter and the Blackout Tuesday. So we have Daphne posting, Nabila, Marcel, Cindy Made, Kosi, Nathalie Kwa, Mimi, Biscuit de Mer, Muriel Blanche, Magasco. Now Magasco tweeted this with this caption: "It's been black out this way, Northwest/Southwest." So I feel like he wants to stand with the Black Lives Matter, but he's also paying attention to the fans who have said, "Why are you not talking about the issues this way?" And I remember Magasco too has been called out. God, this celebrity, sometimes they go through a hard time. When the corona thing just started, Magasco spoke about the whole corona issue and how we need to take action and the government needs to take more concrete decisions. And then this person came and commented under his post saying, now you're talking about the coronavirus. When the issues were happening in the Northwest and Southwest, you did not speak about this. When Magasco was one of the people actually spoke about
one
this.
of them. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So Magasco tweeted with that. Then we also have Loco tweeting. Then Tiwa Savage tweeted this with a very interesting caption. She said, "The narrative has been that it doesn't affect us because it happens so far away, but I'm my brother/sister's keeper, whether far or near." Now, when I saw this her caption, I was like, "This is my thought exactly." It's like the world, we have become like a global village. We cannot say it's happening in America, it's not happening to us. Sure, we also like when things are happening to us, Americans should also stand up with us. We also like that.
Do they?
They haven't. I'm just saying they haven't, but I'm just saying we also like that.
Yeah, but we keep doing it, hoping they will, but they have never.
Yeah. But how many times have we joined them in this kind of like global fight?
Every time it happens. Every fucking time it happens. But when there's xenophobia in South Africa, you don't see all these American celebrities posting about it. Never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody. So, hey man, I'm just saying, sometimes you just need to concentrate on your backyard, like your backyard. Just set a trap there and wait for the stray dog that will come in to steal your fish and all that. Yeah, protect your yard. Let your neighbor protect his. And when it comes to somebody stealing from both of your yards, then you can come together and fight him. But but if something is happening in your yard, if I come there, you can shoot me as a trespasser. If you come to my yard, I'll shoot you as a trespasser. But if there's somebody in our yards together, and then we can come together and beat him up. So that's how America is treating this thing, like the Western world, not just America, the Westerners. They treat it like it is a global issue. They want everybody to see it like a global issue. Hell, the way white people see blacks in America is because it's guilt. They're afraid that because your ancestors were brought here as slaves, just that fear that one day, because you are bigger than us, just because you're stronger than us, because of the kind of work we gave your ancestors in the past, just that fear, okay, that just because you may look stronger than me, one day, what if you decide to retaliate? There will be no way for me to fight back because I'm weak. So they chose to, that fear of a black man, and because of that guilt of what they did to a black man in the past, that's what is pushing them to do all these kind of things. That's why they train police in the USA to shoot first, then ask questions later. That's why this whole thing is. Like they train them, that's how they train them. If you feel like your life is at stake, you have the right to shoot. So when they are just walking, that's why when they ask them, they say he felt like his life was threatened. That's just their excuse. And when they go in court, they just go with them. That's just it. I just believe that it's just the guilt, the white guilt of having people as slaves. They are just scared that what if these guys choose to retaliate? It's just that guilt and that fear that is making them act the way they are acting. It's almost the same as if you go and you piss somebody off, like you piss somebody off and the person tell you, go, I'm fine, go. Then you will just be going there, you turn and be looking back to see what that person will
like do. A punch about to come.
That's what is happening now in the USA.
They're always on their guard. They're always on their guard.
Because they are guilty. It's just guilt. And sometimes this thing is not, you're not born with racism, it's taught.
Mm.
So your parents, like these guys who are racist now, their dads taught them that as you see us whites, we once rule over these black guys, and so up to today we are still superior to them. So that's why you see some of these things still happen, because these guys were not alive when slavery existed. They were taught
Mm-hmm.
by their parents. It was, this thing was passed down, or maybe
Mm.
movies and documentaries taught them that, hey, the system has been set in such a way that you have the upper hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it's
things fucked
crazy.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Like that, every time you talk about this, the whole racism and everything happening, you realize there's so many layers to it all. So many
Yeah.
layers to why the police react the way they react. So many layers to why the blacks are retaliating the way they are. And oh God,
The funny
I,
part is the
I,
blacks don't retaliate. We don't. It's just because the
mm-hmm,
police are scared that we may retaliate. That's why they act the way they act. And there's no
mm-hmm,
reason for us to retaliate. We have shown them time without number that we will not retaliate. We are decent human
mm-hmm,
beings. We know what it means to
mm-hmm,
hurt another person.
mm-hmm,
But just because they are scared that maybe because of what they did, or because we look stronger than them, they don't
mm-hmm,
stand a chance if we choose to fight back. So they always just
mm-hmm.
choose to stay on guard and always attack first.
Yeah.
Attack first. So I don't see any reason why somebody has to be scared of another human being. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
guilty, that's just it. Like that simple example I just gave. It's just, that's just what is
Yeah.
happening right now.
Yeah, I remember I saw this YouTuber, he's a black, and he posted saying that um, when he was growing up, his parents teach him that walk like this, dress like this, talk like this, so that you're not going to scare the whites away because they have been given these stereotypes of okay, this is how
Is
in
he
Middle.
is he Daquan?
No, what's that his name? Is it Edward? Edward, what's his name? Carolyn. I've forgotten his name, but I think
Yeah,
it's Edward something.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
one that he even said that when he was growing up, his parents told him that if you're walking with your white friends and you guys run into some kind of problems, and you just stay quiet and let the white guy talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
white guy will get you guys out of it. That's just
Yeah,
it's messed up.
it really is. It really is. And
Messed up.
I remember I was saying the other time that I think I was saying to somebody else, like when people say, okay, this the guy who was killed is an American, why are you talking? I'm like, when I look at this guy, I'm not seeing an American. That's not who I'm seeing. If I see this guy moving in front of my street, I'll not say, oh, look at that American here. No. I will probably identify him as a Cameroonian. I'm like,
No, in Cameroon you said na bush fella. He come on back.
I'm just saying that if he does not talk, if he doesn't talk, I will not know. Like, how do you identify a bush faller just by moving on the road? If he's
You
just
will.
strolling,
You
like,
will.
wait, if he's just strolling on the road, right,
Mhm.
just hanging out with other guys, I'll identify that that's a bush faller.
If he just
Not
came,
hearing
if he
his
has not
voice.
yet made up to 1 month in Cameroon, you will know. Njike,
No,
welcome. Sup?
hi. It's okay.
Yeah,
Jigga
you're
say it's
late.
late. Don't bother Jigga. We have a lot of time. We
Yeah,
have a lot of time, yeah.
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 Don't worry,
So
Njike.
yeah, so before you came, we were talking about celebrities reacting to social injustice, and we are just
Mhm.
discussing about all the social injustice happening. What is the right way for celebrities to react? Is it wrong if we as Cameroonians, we as Africans speak up about the things happening in America? And how can we actually help put our hands to have this social change? Do you think the whole hashtag Blackout Tuesday or hashtag Black Lives Matter is just a trend, or is it something that is it just a trend, or is something that will actually lead to
But
some
it is a
change?
trend, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a trend, but is it one of those trends that will lead to a change, or is it something that is going to die down with time? That's
Nobody
my
knows. This
fear.
thing has happened before, so nobody knows.
Yeah. I'm like, when they talk about like this George Floyd, a
Yeah.
lot of people are talking about things that have been happening in the past, and you're
Of
like,
course, because
yeah,
it has been
this thing
happening.
happened. People were talking about it, but then it died down and
Of course.
forgotten.
Yeah. Because that's how it always is.
Yeah, it really is
Mm.
crazy. Yeah. So there's this South African celebrity, aka, who
Yeah, man.
stood up and said black should come back to Africa.
Exactly. He has a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust me. Charlemagne has said it, Killer Mike has said it, that if one day all blacks in the USA decide that they are going back to Africa,
Mm-hmm.
the government will not let them go. Like the economy will fall, it will collapse.
Okay.
Because black
Mm-hmm.
celebrities spend a lot more money than even
Mm-hmm.
the billionaires in the USA.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what they buy? Do you see what they put on?
Yeah.
Gucci is owned by a white man. But do you know how blacks sponsor Gucci? Gucci is just like a
Yeah.
start, like that's what blacks use. Like if you're putting on Gucci, you've made it. You have
Mm-hmm.
money. All those companies are owned by whites, but blacks, like the amount of money blacks blow in the USA, because
Mm-hmm.
they want to prove, they want to show that they've made it.
Yeah, I've made it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if all blacks, if all of them just decide that they're going back to, like, they do that DNA test and they say, okay, you're from South Africa, you're from Cameroon, you're from this and this part.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
they just wake up and say they are going back to the spots where the DNA test said they come from,
Mm-hmm.
the government will come up with some kind of policy or some kind of compensation to make them stay.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought what AKA said was right, but it will take time for that
Yeah, but
kind of a
he
thing to happen.
also got
Why is
backlash
this
for
thing
that because
flickering like that?
yeah, I'm noticing.
Okay, that's stop.
Okay. So also AKA got backlash, right? Because some people say you are one of the celebrities who supported xenophobia, and now you're saying the Americans, the blacks in America should come to where do you want them to come to? Should they come to South Africa when you're supporting the exodus of your fellow Africans? And now are you sure you really want this? And also I feel like I remember another person who spoke up saying, giving the same solution was Askia, and she said, "Well, who wants to leave America for Bamenda, Yaoundé, Douala? Like the difference is just imagine that. Okay, one of these Black Americans
Those
get access.
guys
He
like,
wants to.
hey, those guys like Bamenda. Those guys like places like Bamenda. If they come to Bamenda
Okay,
just because of the peace and quietness they have in Bamenda, they'll stay there. And the way they'll develop
okay.
Bamenda, you don't want to leave Bamenda because they have the resources. They'll
Now,
want to make it comfortable.
okay,
Do you
now,
see where these guys live? Like these celebrities, do you see where they live? On
yeah,
mountains, in the bush,
yeah.
private
Mm-hmm,
places. They just need those kind of places where nobody can reach them. So if,
mm-hmm.
of course,
Yeah, now,
damn,
what I'm saying is, if like blacks are leaving to come to Africa, it will not only be celebrities that are
I
coming.
know
Everybody is
everybody's
coming, right?
coming. Yeah,
So it's not everybody will have that kind of money to spend, right?
not like
So
everybody.
some
Like
people,
the amount of money they have in the USA, even
mm-hmm,
the middle class or the lower class, when they come to Cameroon, they can
mm-hmm,
get a house in Cameroon. They can get places in Cameroon that an an average Cameroonian won't even get. You know how Cameroon is? They'll even
yeah,
favor them more because they come from the USA. The government will just say,
mm-hmm,
mon fils, viens ici, prends cet établissement. Fed,
mm-hmm,
yes, that's how it is.
yeah. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is like there are some issues wrong with our system. For example, I can stay a whole day
Mm-hmm.
without lights,
Mm-hmm.
no lights.
I
Then the
can't.
next day it comes by 6 p.m. That's our reality that we have just learned to survive with, right? That's the
Mm-hmm.
reality we have learned to survive with. Do you think if these Black Americans come to Africa, they'll be willing to survive, or do you think, oh, would they open their own power stations? Like, what do you think will happen?
If they are moving to Africa, it means they are prepared to come and make their life comfortable and conducive with all those
Mm-hmm.
facilities. They will come with if you're putting on a pair of shoe that is too big for your leg,
Mm,
you have to add paper, or you add the langet, you add more of it inside the shoe to
mm,
make it fit. So that's how it is. If they are coming to Cameroon and they know that that's how Cameroon is, they will find a way to make their life comfortable in Cameroon by
mm-hmm.
solving some of the problems that they came and met in Cameroon. Even if it's just like putting a
Yeah,
solar panel on your own roof to solve that problem,
yeah,
they will solve it and
mm-hmm.
stay.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so yeah.
somebody's, yeah, read. You can read those ones. Somebody saying that
Okay,
that's
so,
true.
someone says that's true, and Jike says most of them are fake. How can you be quiet on Gabu killings and start talking black man being killed in the USA? How can you be quiet on tribalism in Khmer and start talking about racism in the USA?
Yeah, exactly what I said here. You see,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a trend. It's because it's a trend. They are using it
Mm-hmm.
because it's a trend. That hashtag is a trend. They are talking about it so that when it is all said and done, it is like, okay, your brand stood against something that was popular, and for the majority, your brand stood against that. And when you talk about it, you see guys who share it because who doesn't like that peace? Let's live for peace mentality.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like it? Who doesn't? Who is
Mm-hmm.
no sucker for that? Like almost everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sunjike is right
Mm-hmm.
about what he just said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so true. Like that's why I remember I was telling somebody, when we sit and we listen to CNN, or I most of the time I watch Trevor Noah,
Mhm.
and he most of the time he criticizes Donald Trump. And
Mhm.
even when I want to start criticizing Donald Trump, I'm like, really, you want to criticize Donald Trump? Really, really? That's the road you want to go in? I remember there was this. What is ringing?
No, my phone. Yep.
Yeah, so does this comedian who actually uses illustration of you're trying to pick is a speck of dust in somebody's eye when you have like a whole log in your own eye.
Yeah.
So we really have a lot of things which we need to work on in our own society. There are a lot of changes which we need to take action towards. And if we spend a lot of our time worrying about what our neighbors are doing far and wide, it might not really serve the purpose. But then again, I'll say it doesn't hurt to lend your voice to somebody struggling. It doesn't hurt.
Mm.
If you can lend your voice, like, what did I have to do yesterday? Like, although I was a bit reluctant about it, but a lot,
Mm.
what many people were doing is you post the black picture and you put the hashtag. Like, what does it hurt? Yeah. But I'll just say our
Mm.
own celebrities back home in Cameroon,
Mm.
we need to they need to be more vocal about the things happening back home. They need to take that step and be more vocal about those things happening.
You know,
I know we
see
have
what?
somebody like Malox. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Malex is always there. Malex has always said it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that Malex
Yeah.
sees that is going against the man, and whew, Malex just like to piss off the man. Like the man is the guy upstairs. Malex just like to piss up the man. And
Yeah.
even Richard Bonat did a song about Pobia, like the president, calling him a dictator.
Yeah.
Have you listened to this official song?
I I haven't listened to the song, but I've seen headlines and people talking about it.
Yeah, so Richard Bona has done a song like that. He released it, I think, yesterday. Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
released it yesterday.
Mm.
So there are guys talking about these things happening in Cameroon because Cameroon is fucked. Cameroon is just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel we as youth need to really take action. Like, what way can we really impact our society? Now, although today we're not talking about youth, we're talking about celebrities, celebrities
Mm,
reacting to social injustice, celebrities putting their voice towards a change. It's
mm,
good they do it, it's trending, they are doing it for the USA, but
mm,
our celebrities need to do better of talking about the things happening back home. How can we actually make those changes?
mm.
I remember there was one time we talked about celebrity fake charity. The corona thing came and the hype thing to do was go and do some charity, go and give
Yeah.
people hand sanitizer, give people this thing. And a lot of celebrities flocked on it. So I always just have this issue of people going according to the trend, because I always
Mm,
feel like it's coming from a place, it's not coming from a genuine place. If you were doing it without all the trend and people without people seeing like you have alternative motives, then I'll be
mm,
like, okay, yeah, I feel like it's come from a genuine place. But things which don't come from a genuine place, there are several disadvantages of them. But one principal disadvantage which I always see is they don't last. They are not
yeah.
sustainable.
Yeah.
Because if it's not something that you feel deep within, it's not something that really hurts you, and the movement you're taking is really from inside, then with all the challenges and with all the backlash and with all the things you might face along the way, I don't feel you'll
Mm.
be motivated to keep doing it for a longer period of time.
because the when you keep doing something that you like, let me just say, if you're faking it, okay, if you keep faking it
Mm-hmm.
for a very long time, there'll be one time when you wake up and tell yourself, like, if you're faking it, you're hurting yourself, not like hurting yourself, but you're destabilizing your way of life.
Mm,
And you're going to do that for how long? Like, destabilize the
mm,
way you do things, destabilize the way you think, destabilize the way you portray certain things to the public. One day you slip up.
mm, mm,
You cannot do that forever. One day you slip up, one day you mess up, you just go back to
mm,
who you were, or you say something that, yeah, so that's how it is. It doesn't, like you say, it doesn't last.
mm. Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know, like we are talking and we are criticized. Like I feel like since we are just been criticizing and talking about the negative, but I presently as I'm talking now, I don't know like a strategy which could be put in place. What celebrities could really do? Is it because I was listening to this Logan Paul podcast, Impulsive. He did
Yeah.
an episode. His most recent episode, he was
Impulse.
talking
Yeah.
about yeah. His most recent episode he was talking about racism. Before I talk about it, let's see what the GK say. I don't agree with Malok's some points of view. He
Mm-hmm.
only talks
Talks about
about
showbiz. You can't
showbiz
talk about
only
politics
on
and
what
other
can fill his
solutions.
pocket. He can talk about politics. Yeah.
No, he's not talking
So,
about what this Malox, okay? He's not only talking about
mm,
things that can fill his pocket. He's talking about things that can make the industry better to fill his
mm,
pocket and others for a long time, because he can't fill his
yeah,
pockets alone. If he just focus on
mm,
something that will fill his pocket, he will run out of options to fill his pocket. He will run out of
yeah,
resources. So he's trying to
mm,
make everybody, like his peer,
mm,
everybody get
yeah,
the money. Because if everybody has the opportunity to get the money, your chances of getting money will be infinite. Your chances of,
mm,
yeah. So he wants everybody to see the bigger picture. Like, he wants everybody to know what is right. My last point, he's talking about showbiz because he's an artist. That's his domain.
mm,
Okay, yeah, that's when Malox is talking about showbiz. That's his domain.
mm,
He even talks about how the government has privatized, like, made all these big companies to give the authority to all these big companies to come to Cameroon and act the way they act. So he's not only
mm,
talking about showbiz. He's simply using all those things and giving a light, like, make you observe or understand how those things affect showbiz.
mm,
So if you look at it, just delete the part of showbiz from it and take it with, okay, just say a regular business, like somebody owns a store. The tax that
mm,
person receive for that store, if somebody wants to start a business, the tax the
mm,
person will receive for that business will be higher than a foreigner coming to create that same business in Cameroon. So
mm,
Malox is just simply saying, you can take it in the light that he's just talking about showbiz, but if you analyze it in every walk of life owned by a Cameroonian, you realize that all those kind of things are being done to everybody
mm,
else, not just showbiz.
mm.
That's why I say I like Malox, because he talks about what is right. When you think
Yeah,
about it,
but
when he talks and you think about it, you'll be like, Malox is right. It's just that that's what most people think about, but they are scared to say it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thoughts are, there are a lot of things affecting Cameroon greater
Mm.
than showbiz.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
at
know.
the end of the day, entertainment is a luxury good. But Cameroonians, we are not yet at that stage where
Uh,
we can. Entertainment is a luxury good. Like if you look at music and all those things, that's why I feel like that's why many Cameroonians don't buy music or go to the cinemas or watch films that way, because a lot of Cameroonians are
no.
still trying to handle their basic necessities, their food, water. Like people still go miles to carry water in Cameroon. People need the food. People still need basic necessities. So thinking of entertainment is like secondary. Like after I finish all my hustle, then I can think, okay, if I have some extra money, extra time, then I can spend on entertainment.
But
It's not. I'm
that's
not.
how it is everywhere. But what we are just saying is,
Mm-hmm,
if they can affect showbiz, he's simply telling you guys that, because and if they can affect showbiz, they can affect you.
mm-hmm,
So don't just focus on the fact that he's talking about showbiz. He's explaining all those things about showbiz. He's saying
mm-hmm.
those things affect every work of life. Go and watch Malok's
Okay.
life. It's just that you guys just focus simply on the fact that he's talking about showbiz. He's an artist. That's why he must focus on it. It's just like a banker or somebody
Mm-hmm,
selling the market talking about it. You talk about what is affecting you personally directly. That's why
Mm-hmm.
he talks about showbiz. If Malox, let me
Mm-hmm.
just say, if Malox owned like a cement store, he'll
Mm-hmm.
be complaining about how Ndawara is getting lower taxes and is getting higher taxes. If Malox
Mm.
owns something like set mobile closed because of taxes, like
Yeah.
created by Samuel Eto'o. So he's just simply saying, okay, that these things can affect everybody. You guys just focus on the fact that he's talking about showbiz because he's an artist. He's trying to talk about his
Mm-hmm.
domain, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes even
Mm-hmm.
expatiate, sometimes based talking about other parts of Cameroon, but
Mm-hmm.
he mainly focused on his domain, his work of life. And
Yeah.
GK said something
Okay.
again.
Yeah, Jike says the politics makes the industry better. In a country when the politics is not working, nothing will work. I like him too. I don't think someone follows him like me. Okay, yeah. So it's true. Like if the system doesn't work, it kind of dials down to every other aspect. It will
Yes,
not just be the entertainment world. It will not just
yeah.
be the food
So
industry,
he's
whatever. It dials
addressing the
down to
politic.
everything.
He's addressing the politic and telling you guys how it is affecting him as an
Mm-hmm.
entertainer. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, GK, if he was doing something like a, if he was a truck driver, he'll be complaining
Mm-hmm.
how that corruption up there has come down to the roads and how these tax guys, these checkpoints disturb them and collect all these things. He would say it. He's simply saying how that thing is affecting him in his own domain.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
Yeah.
else can say it.
Yeah, but it's true. Like he's talking about that in his own domain. But I feel like celebrities, they have a very wild, diverse group of audience,
He
and
has even talked
a lot
about
of.
the thing happening in the Northwest and Southwest region. Do you know that? Malox has
Mm-hmm,
talked about it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where I'm driving to is I remember I was trying to talk about Logan Paul podcast when
Mhm.
he started talking about the episode on racism. When he started talking about racism, he was like, I used this whole week to educate myself because sometimes you have celebrities talk out of a point of ignorance, talk
Mhm.
from a position of ignorance and say things which are instead offensive to certain parties or things which are
Mhm.
not very productive, which are not very helpful in
Mhm.
the whole discussion.
Mhm.
So I feel like one step which celebrities have to take is educate themselves with what is happening, because I feel sometimes celebrities don't talk because they don't even know. Even if they know, they just know the headlines, they don't know details of what's happening. And I feel if you really take your time to dig deep and see like how it's affecting people, how all these things happen, how all these things are affect people, not just physically, even psychologically, every
Mhm.
domain of your life. I feel
Mhm.
they will have the passion, they will really have the zeal to impact that change and long lasting change for that matter. Yeah, because
Mhm.
that's what we really need. We don't need a one time thing. We need something that putting in place, talking about something, putting in place something that's going to help in the long term. So, like I'm saying, like the first step for all celebrities that I will call out to any celebrity who stumbles on this episode and watches the first thing I would say is educate yourself. Educate yourself what's happening in your community, what's happening in your village, what's happening in the world as a whole.
Mhm.
Be educated, be diverse. Don't just know things about the entertainment world. Don't just focus in your bubble. Try to look at everything happening even outside of that bubble, outside of your domain, and see how you can put a helping hand. You might not even need to be at the forefront. You might need to play a background role, but
Mhm.
still you can still lead to some impact if you make well educated decisions. That's my point.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think you have a point. I think Logan Paul have a point. I'm even shocked that Logan is saying that. Goofball.
Why?
He's a goofball. I'm even surprised that he's
Mhm.
saying something like that. But yeah, I guess he's growing up.
Yeah, so true. Like I didn't know much about Logan Paul. The first time
Yeah,
I heard
Logan
about
is a
him was
goof.
during the whole Japan incident where he filmed that dead body and all that. Yeah, so that's the first time I heard about him. And ever since I've been stumbling on one or two of his things, but the impulsive podcast I watch it often. But what I'm trying to say is like you really see this transformation if you watch his early videos, and especially you watch him on the impulsive platform, you really see the transformation in his life. I remember I even went on there and I was looking at his comment section that people were like, yeah, this is the best video I've ever done. Like we really see the transformation in your life. So anyway, I'm just like for every celebrity, every entertainer out there, if you are not really engaged and you do not really know what's happening and you were just following trends, like the trend said do this so you did it, maybe if you educate yourself more, then you can do more and really impact your society in a positive way. Because one thing I've even come to realize over time, and I think a lot of these developed countries they have realized it, is the it's I cannot succeed alone. For example, you have all these multinational companies. They don't come to a country because one person is rich. They come to a country because they have a percentage of the country rich enough to afford their products. So if you're thinking of, I want to be rich alone, then you will not even get the amount of wealth you can get if a majority of people are rich and these multinational companies come and the brand deals and all that. Just imagine if you help impact, let me say you help impact 50 people, another person helps impact another 50 people, then the percentage increase of people who are rich and enough to afford this product. Then you have multinational companies stepping in into the country. Then you start getting brand deals. Then your wealth increases. It's just like it's something which is a chain reaction. I think we as Cameroonians, we really need to change our mindset of I know this thing, I don't want to teach my brother this thing because I want to be rich alone. The real money comes when you actually spread that knowledge, when a huge percentage of the people around you are rich. That's how the real money comes.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask a question now. All these celebrities in Cameroon, them talking about this Floyd thing, okay?
Yeah.
Because I see everybody, even guys who haven't spoke about, even you said Nabila talked about it, she has never said anything concerning the crisis in the Northwest and Southwest region. But there are so many artists who are talking about this Floyd thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is what do you think is their aim? Like their anger? Or will it impact anything?
So many
Oh boy, network again. Yeah, her network is disturbing again. So for everybody watching, that's the topic of today. You guys can contribute, like you guys can tell us what you think about the topic, okay? And tell us what you think about celebrities reacting to it. Do they have an ulterior motive? Do they have are they genuine what they're saying? Do they mean what they're saying? Okay, so you guys can just drop what you think in the comment box below there, and let's just have a dialogue. When you guys drop it, I'll read it. Okay, when I read it, then we can talk. I can reply you. If you have any question from me, you can ask it. So JK, thank you for the contribution. Thank you for what you've been asking and what you've been saying. Okay, so what do you think what do you think is the best course of action to be taken by celebrities in Cameroon? Because some fans are pissed off that these celebrities in Cameroon talk about these things overseas, but they don't talk about these things in Cameroon. So I think Eta's network is disturbing. You're back?
I'm back. Rain has started, serious rain has started, and I'm scared that very soon light is going to go. So and I don't want the very thing that happened to repeat itself. Woo,
so
the
how
wind
long
is serious.
Yeah, I can hear things making woo outside. It shows that the wind is. So how long have we gone so far?
So we have been going for 43 minutes right now. Yeah, I've been going for 43 minutes. And I'm really scared right now. I don't want, like, if light goes up, I'll not be able to access the whole system.
The stream.
Yeah, the whole stream, and the very thing that happened last time might repeat itself. Yeah. So I don't know, how do we proceed from here?
So should we call it a day?
Yeah, we really promised 2 hours, but these are some of the things which I'm saying. Like, if these Black Americans come to Cameroon, they will really be frustrated about this kind of thing.
Yeah, but
so
like I said,
if they come
to Cameroon, they will look for a way to solve this particular problem.
Yeah, probably they'll have a
for
generator or
themselves, like
something.
generators, solar
Mm-hmm.
panels, windmills. Yeah, they will solve it
Mm-hmm.
just to be
Yeah.
comfortable. Like I said,
Yeah.
these guys will do anything to be comfortable. That's why when they make a little bit of money, they just leave the city. They go to the bush. They go to the hills. I think the network has gone. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Thank everybody who contributed today. I guess light has gone off in Cameroon. I don't know if it's light has gone off or internet has gone off in Cameroon. You see, as you can see, it is frozen. So I think I'll just round it up today. Okay. GK, stop digging into your nose. Man, I don't know. When I'm in front of the camera, I just come in like reflex. I did you do and I don't know. So yeah, I think Eta is off, missing in action. Yeah, Eta is MIA. So I think we'll call it a day today. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. GK, thank you for for bringing that to my notice. GK. Yeah, thank you guys. So click that subscribe button down there for everybody. Samba, thank you too for contributing. Thank you for being present, for watching. Okay, I think I'll call it a day for today on Chakara TV. I really feel bad that I'll be the one to end it today and yesterday even. Most of her recent episodes have been the one who have been ending it because of the problems we have in Cameroon. Like, so thank you guys for participating. Just share the episode, let this discussion continue. Everybody is talking about it now, and I know in between Floyd and Rodney King some things happen. Guys are just talking about this thing now because it's popular. Everybody know that. We all know that. Even celebrities in Cameroon are talking about it now because they want their brands to associate with that. Okay, so what do you guys think about, what is your own opinion? That's just my own opinion. Okay, so what do you guys think? Share the video, keep the conversation going, and subscribe to Chakara TV, subscribe to Molly Town, and subscribe to Daily Bimo. That's my personal channel where I vlog. Okay,